Welcome. Let's take a deep breath together. In and out. In this moment, right here, right now, we arrive. And as we do, we turn our attention to a question that resonates deeply with all of us. How do we truly love ourselves? Thich Nhat Hanh, the beloved Zen master, offers us a surprisingly simple, yet profoundly powerful starting point. The journey to self-love, he teaches, begins with something we often overlook: our own body. In the rush of daily life, caught between screens, tasks, and responsibilities, how often do we truly acknowledge our physical presence? How often do we pause to recognize that we are even here? The first act of love, according to Thich Nhat Hanh, is to breathe in mindfully and become aware that we have a body. A simple yet transformative act. It is a way of saying, "Hello, body. I am here. I will take care of you." With this recognition, the mind and body become fully present in the here and now. As we breathe mindfully, turning our attention inward, what might we discover? Thich Nhat Hanh suggests that with awareness, we begin to see that our body is a wonder. It is a masterpiece of the cosmos, a miracle of life. Biologists marvel at its complexity, calling it a living universe, and indeed, within each of us resides the history of life itself. Every cell holds the presence of our ancestors, not just human, but animal, vegetal, and mineral. The entire cosmos has come together to create us, and within our very being, we carry the essence of all who came before. Take a moment to let that sink in. The sunlight, the fresh air, the water we drink, these elements have all shaped who we are. Our body is not separate from the universe, it is the universe. Simply becoming aware of this truth, recognizing and valuing the wonder of our own existence, can bring profound joy. With each mindful breath, we can appreciate this miracle and allow it to nourish us. But what if, upon returning to our body, we find discomfort, tension, even pain? This, too, is part of our experience. Over time, we may have neglected our bodies, allowing stress and suffering to accumulate. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us that mindful breathing can help us become aware of this suffering, and with awareness comes the natural wish to heal. As we breathe out, we can release tension, letting go of stress and anxiety. Each mindful breath, each gentle release of tension, is an act of love toward ourselves. This practice is beautifully reflected in the Anapanasati Sutra, the ancient Buddhist text on mindfulness of breathing. By practicing these simple exercises, acknowledging our body, recognizing tension, releasing stress, we engage in direct, tangible self-care. Loving ourselves is not an abstract idea. It is a daily practice, woven into every breath we take. As we continue to breathe mindfully, something else happens. We begin to recognize the many conditions for happiness that already exist in the present moment. The feeling of our feet touching the ground, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds in the distance. When we cultivate mindfulness, we open ourselves to joy and nourishment, realizing that happiness is not something distant, but something already available to us. And allowing ourselves to feel joy, truly feel it, is another essential act of self-love. But what about suffering? What about those moments when painful emotions arise? Grief, fear, sadness. Thich Nhat Hanh teaches that mindfulness can help us embrace our pain with tenderness. Rather than suppressing or running from it, we can hold it gently, like a loving parent comforting a child. I see you. I am here for you. In these moments, mindful breathing becomes a powerful ally. With each breath, we create space to acknowledge our pain without being consumed by it. And as we look deeply into our suffering, we may begin to understand it more fully. We may see that our suffering is not just our own. It carries the echoes of our ancestors, the burdens passed down through generations. But with understanding comes transformation. As we recognize the roots of our suffering, we develop compassion, both for ourselves and for those who came before us. And this is where healing begins. When we suffer less, we are better able to help others suffer less. When we love ourselves deeply, we naturally extend that love to those around us. True love, as Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us, is not just something we offer to others, it must begin with ourselves. If we do not know how to love and care for our own body, our own mind, how can we truly love another? Loving ourselves is not selfish. It is not indulgent. It is essential. It is the foundation upon which all other love is built. So let's take one more breath together. In and out. With each breath, we arrive more fully in the present moment. With each breath, we cultivate love, understanding, and healing within ourselves. No matter where you are on this journey, know this: you are worthy of love. You are a miracle of the cosmos. And with each mindful breath, you are coming home to yourself.